I started customizing bikes because it just was the natural thing to do. As a racer, I always had to tweak and modify my bikes to make them better, and so I was used to kind of doing that. Before that, I mean, when I was 5 years old, I was customizing my bicycle, so I had like a T Murray, and I took it apart and spray painted it rainbow colors and put like yellow mags on it and stuff. So it's kind of like really from like when I was a young kid, I started customizing stuff. So I started racing in 1992. As I was racing, I was still working as a designer with my dad at Performance Machine. I was starting to design products, and so it was funny because as I was getting better at racing, I was also learning more about design, and I was learning how to bring my ideas to reality, learning 3D programs, learned SolidWorks, and started really developing and figuring out how to get my ideas down and how to transfer that to the machine shop. That was just like this natural evolution, and like being a racer and bringing that racing thought process into developing motorcycle parts. It was really my schooling, the schooling of racing and engineering and breaking stuff and fixing it and developing parts for my bike, developing the engines on the bikes, trial and error, destroying stuff, fixing it, putting it back together. It was a really good school, and one that I couldn't ever hope to duplicate or tell someone how to duplicate. It was just the school of life, When I got to the end of my racing career, which was like 2002, I didn't really quite realize yet what I had been doing the last like 10 years for my dad's company. I didn't realize what I'd actually kind of developed, or with this cachet of designs that I'd created and what that actually meant financially to the company. So it wasn't for like another 2 or 3 years until I built a few more motorcycles and started developing more parts that people started using my name, putting me in magazines, and they wanted to know about me personally. So it was kind of at that time that I was like, I should start my own brand and start putting my own name on things. And at the time I had parts that people didn't understand, or like people at my company didn't understand why they would want to make it or sell it. So I said, well, I'll just put my name on it and we'll start selling it and try and make this happen. And so that's what we did, and it worked. Some bikes, I know exactly what I'm going to do from the minute I see the bike. And other bikes, you have to get into it and take it apart and see what the guts look like, and then you have to try something, and sometimes that doesn't work and you have to redo it and do something again. So it's a process, man. Every bike has its own story. Tires are a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to the way a bike sits, and especially like what you're going to do with it these days, with scramblers and cafe racers and trackers and all these different things. Well, your choice of tires really changes how the bike looks, and it changes how the bike sits. So with Dunlop, we've always had like great, there's cool vintage tires, there's flat track tires, obviously there's great road racing tires and motocross tires. So we really have a good choice of rubber to use on custom motorcycles, I like to do things that are definitely out of the box for a custom bike, but also out of the box for us, because I don't want to be stuck in a rut or a design. I don't want to say this is just what we're about. I want to be about evolution. I want to be about consistently changing and editing and make things better, and that's the type of thing that just, it keeps your brand new, it keeps the excitement going, it keeps me excited to come to work every day. But for me to go back and do something I haven't done before gets me re-excited again. And now I feel like just through riding and like building a couple old vintage race bikes and working on TZs and working on two-strokes again, it like has got me re-excited about motorcycles. So I have to do that. I have to do new things to keep me excited and stoked.